Alright, let's look at this section in the book here. It says memorize these percentage decimal fraction equivalents. Now generally, you're aware I am strictly against memorizing anything, but in this particular case I'll make an exception. Look, it's not even about memorizing these fractions. As you practice more and more and do more and more sums, these things will start coming naturally to you. That the fact that when I'm dividing 1 by 100, it is 1%. I mean, it would seem it should start seeming second nature to you. When we talk about these kind of figures, right? For example, if somebody was to tell me what is 1 by 5, it is 20%, right? Or it's 1/5, right? Or for that matter 25% is 1/4. So these are things that should start becoming second nature to you as you go about solving more and more solutions. Like for example, 2 by 3, it's 0.66 or 66%. It's always easy to remember that the fraction over here 0.2 is always you multiply that by 100 and it will give you the percent. For example, 0.1 into 100 is 10%, 0.75 into 100 is 75%. These will start coming naturally to you as you practice more and more. And why that is more important is because you can't rely on the calculator all the time. Yes, it's good that you have it, but the real strength of your preparation or your understanding of math will really come out when you are able to do most of the solutions without needing a calculator. Calculator is good to have, but should not become mandatory in your journey to learn math. Like for example, let's look at this exercise here. 1 by 2 is 0.5 because it's half, right? Or in terms of percent, it's 50%. You have decimal 3, right? Now don't get thrown off by the fact that this seems like an integer because there's nothing after the point. Even integers represented this way are perfectly valid examples of decimals. So 3 is essentially 30 by 10, or even for that matter 300 by 100. In terms of percent, they are 300%, right? Essentially, if you remember, I had said earlier that if you multiply a fraction by 100, it should give you the figure in terms of percentage. So you multiply 3 by 100, it gives you 300%, or rather 3 times. The way to kind of look at this is saying that I'm tripling my production or tripling my score or whatever be the case. Right now you have 0.5% over here, right? Something unusual that we are seeing, but again, an easy way to kind of do this would be, let's say, if you know that 50% is in decimal terms 0.5, then 0.5% is you have to divide 0.5 by another 100, right? Because it's 0.5% is it's 100. It's 50% divided by 100. So that is when you will have. So you have to similarly do that 0.5 divided by 100. It's 0.005 over here, and since 1 by 2 gives you 50%, similarly this needs to be 1 by 200 over here. Again, the same logic. 1 by 2 gives you, so essentially to get this from, let's say, if I have to derive this from 50%, I've been dividing everything by 100. Like 50% can be represented as 0.5, can also be represented by 1 by 2. So if I have to get 0.5%, I divide this by 100, divide this by 100, and divide this by 100 as well. So that's how I arrive at all the numbers over here. And then you have 1/3 over here, which in decimal terms is not 66 but 0.33, and then in terms of percentages, again it is 33.33%.